93 Boxing, I'm back with another video. According to an article, Angel Garcia says that Danny Garcia is the third biggest cash cow in boxing. Now, I don't know when he said this. I don't know on what context, but I'm going to read out the quotes according to Boxing News 24. He says that Angel Garcia said, all these guys with belts are like trophies. There ain't nothing wrong with having a trophy, but these guys aren't making money. The cash cow is Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and Danny Garcia. These are the three cash cows right now. The biggest cash cow is Floyd. Second biggest is Manny. Third biggest cash cow is Danny Garcia, rather. That's pretty much a statement, according to this article. Now, yeah, of course, Floyd Mayweather is a bigger name than Danny. Manny Pacquiao, overall, yeah, he's a bigger name than Danny. I mean, obviously, I don't think Manny Pacquiao is generating enough interest. I mean, people watch it, but people are not as interested as they were of Manny Pacquiao before. Danny Garcia is actually an underrated name, but I don't know if I don't know if Angel Garcia forgot to mention or forgot to even consider Canelo. Canelo's a bigger name than Danny Garcia, and overall in global scheme, Anthony Joshua's a bigger name. I don't know if Anthony Joshua's a bigger name in the States. That's something that you American fans have to tell me. Sorry, I'm very tired. It's 11:48 right now. I've been working all day. You guys have to tell me if Anthony Joshua's a bigger name than Danny Garcia in the States. Especially let me know if you're from New York. Let me know that. But in terms of third biggest name, Floyd's retired, Manny Pacquiao's retired. I would say the biggest name is either Joshua and Canelo. And overall, in the grand scheme of things, right, globally, I think Canelo's a bigger name. Joshua is huge in the UK. Canelo's huge everywhere he go. So I would say Canelo, then I would say Joshua. Who else is out there? Who would you place third? I mean, some names, right? I remember, even before, maybe a year or two before, I remember thinking Danny Garcia is one of the biggest names in boxing. And only few names that are above him are like Cotto, Canelo, Floyd, Pacquiao, Khan. He said himself in one video, I remember, he also said, I think Amir Khan's a bigger name when he was fighting. Right now, he's not fighting, he's kind of inactive. People see him as irrelevant. So, Danny Garcia is more... He's a bigger name. You have to give him that right now. So given that Amir Khan's not fighting anymore and Manny and Floyd is retired, Danny Garcia is, I would say, right behind Joshua and definitely behind Canelo. I mean, who else is out there? Do you think Triple G is a bigger name than Danny Garcia? I don't think he generates as much interest from people as Danny Garcia does. I don't think... I mean, let me go up and down the division. Lomachenko, is he that big of a name? I don't think so. Adrian Broner, is he that big of a name? A bigger name than Danny Garcia? Is he? I don't think so. I mean, I could be wrong, but definitely not right now when Adrian Broner has lost to Mikey Garcia. People are kind of almost getting over Adrian Broner right now. Before this fight, I think he was a really big name, like Adrian Broner was. But Danny Garcia, for some reason, Danny Garcia is a fighter that people think that others don't know, but others do know. You see what I'm trying to say? A lot of people, Danny Garcia is a big name. The only bigger name that's out there, I guess, yeah, you have to put Miguel Cotto as a bigger name than Danny Garcia. So I wouldn't rank Danny Garcia on fourth. But again, that's something you have to tell me. Is Miguel Cotto a bigger name right now in the States? I mean, he's going to fight Saddam Ali right now, today, I believe. Or tomorrow, I don't even remember. But yeah, I think there's only Miguel Cotto, Canelo, Joshua. I would say Amir Khan was there when he was inactive. I think he'll be back when he fights a competition here and there, and then he fights a good competition. He'll definitely be a bigger name than Danny Garcia, I think. Who else is out there? You have Chris Eubank is I wouldn't say he's a name in the States. I don't think he's a name in the States at all, from the looks of things. I mean, I'm struggling to think, right? In the heavyweight, you have Deontay Wilder. Is Wilder a bigger name than Danny Garcia? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I reckon Danny Garcia might even be more known in Alabama than Wilder is. So, no disrespect to him. I think David Haye's a bigger name, but that's in the UK though. I think David Haye can generate more money than Garcia. But in terms of being a bigger name internationally, I don't know about that. I think Danny Garcia overall is a bigger name than David Haye in terms of international status. You know, as you go down, Tony Bellew, no, not him. Sergey Kovalev, definitely not him. I think Andrew Ward retired, and I still think Danny Garcia is a bigger name than him. You know, you go down to super middleweight. I mean, again, there's some names out there, but are they big as Danny Garcia? Middleweight, you got Canelo. I don't think Triple G is a bigger name than Danny Garcia. 154. Actually, you know what? Errol Spence. Errol Spence might be a close enough name. Errol Spence is an underrated name when it comes to like how big the name is. People were pretending like, you know, I mean, Kell Brook was pretending like Errol Spence isn't a name, calling him the Spencer character. But he came to the UK and he sold out everything. And I know, you know, Kell Brook's the name in the UK right now after calling out Amir Khan for so many years. But yeah, you know, Errol Spence is a name, but I still wouldn't put him above Danny Garcia simply because Danny Garcia has been generating, like Errol Spence generates revenue. Danny Garcia has been generating revenue for a while. I think the consistency has to go to Danny Garcia. And I just think even if Errol Spence does it for a while, Danny Garcia might just still generate more just because of the controversy that surrounds him and with his pops. Yeah, I think you know Danny Garcia is kind of hated. So who else is out there? You know, you got Errol Spence, Keith Thurman. I don't think Keith Thurman is a bigger name than Danny Garcia. I really don't. You go down to 140. Terence Crawford, definitely no. I think he's right. So I think Anthony Joshua, Canelo, Miguel Cotto, these, and if Amir Khan comes back, but right now we don't even know when the fuck he's going to come back. So those three are the only people that's bigger named than Danny Garcia, and Miguel Cotto is going to retire soon, from what seems like. So Danny Garcia, if Miguel Cotto retires, he will be the third biggest name in boxing. Whether people like to give that props to Danny Garcia or not, and that's how I see it. And I'm talking about overall international scheme, not just like who's popular in certain countries. You know, we can say Anthony Joshua, or rather David Haye is more popular, or at least will generate. David Haye generates more revenue in the UK, from what it seems like, than Danny Garcia generates in the States. But you know, I think Danny Garcia is a bigger name overall. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to comment down below. Subscribe to my channel, 93 Boxing. I'm out. 93 Boxing, I'm back with another video. According to an article, Angel Garcia says that Danny Garcia is the third biggest cash cow in boxing. Now, I don't know when he said this. I don't know on what context, but I'm going to read out the quotes according to Boxing News 24. He says that Angel Garcia said, all these guys with belts are like trophies. There ain't nothing wrong with having a trophy, but these guys aren't making money. The cash cow is Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and Danny Garcia. These are the three cash cows right now. The biggest cash cow is Floyd. Second biggest is Manny. Third biggest cash cow is Danny Garcia, rather. That's pretty much a statement, according to this article. Now, yeah, of course, Floyd Mayweather is a bigger name than Danny. Manny Pacquiao, overall, yeah, he's a bigger name than Danny. I mean, obviously, I don't think Manny Pacquiao is generating enough interest. I mean, people watch it, but people are not as interested as they were of Manny Pacquiao before. Danny Garcia is actually an underrated name, but